$3 an hour. I know I'm only 15. But can you pay me a little more, please? I am currently being paid $50 to work 16 hours. I am babysitting a boy who doesn't want to eat, do work, or even get off his phone for 30 seconds. It's difficult. $3 an hour is not enough. Ought to be 15. To make yourself uncomfortable to make others comfortable. To be agreeable to avoid disagreements. If you want a quote, you need to honor your instinct and quit. It doesn't make you less of a great person. It doesn't make her less of a great person. She might be upset, but that's not a reflection on you, that's a reflection on the situation she is in. You can always be super nice. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, but my heart's not in it, and at 15 I'd like to experience other opportunities. By the way, I was a nanny about a decade ago and I charged $50 an hour. $3 an hour is horrible. You need to clearly set your rates and know your value. It's time to raise them for this job. Tell her you're raising your rates and stick to it. If she doesn't want to pay at your new rate, then that's her choice. Don't feel guilty for knowing your worth and asking for it. Most U.S. babysitting gigs pay at least $10, $20 per hour and often per kid. Are you CPR certified? Taken any babysitting classes online? If so, then set your rates higher. BC, you're more qualified than others. Also look into something like Sitter City to get listed for more gigs. Since you're in the US, YMCA, Safe Sitter, Red Cross, etc. all offer classes and certifications that will give you an edge over others. Lots of options out there for little to no cost. Look into them. So you raise your prices or you quit. It's a negotiation. If you're willing to work for $3, then they will keep paying you that. If you are still there, then you are willing to work for it. Are you talking about a sibling? If you are, then that's another matter.
Quit.
Depending on where you are, it might not be legal to pay you that little, even for babysitting. I charged $20 an hour for babysitting 10 years ago. Depending on where you live, you should probably be charging at least that much. I grew up in a pretty HCOL tourist destination, so I know what I charged was more than what someone would have in a lower cost of living, less touristy area. As a babysitter, you get to set the rate you make. You should never go into a babysitting job with the parent saying, "We're offering $1 per hour." Rather, they should be asking you, "How much do you charge per hour?" And you should figure out a number that is worth it for you. Keep in mind that you're responsible for the well-being of their child while they're gone, which is a huge responsibility. Parents should be willing to pay accordingly for that responsibility. I'd recommend something like $20 per hour for the first child, plus $5 per hour per additional child. My suggestion is, unless this is a family member, you just move on. You could find a fast food job for more than that at 15. You should be at least $10 per hour if it's your first babysitting gig at 15. If you've any experience, it should be $20 plus. For experienced adult nannies, people charge $50 plus. At 15 you can be a lifeguard or work at DQ. No, if you're expected to do much more than ensure he does not set the house on fire, you need a lot more pay. Unless you're able to do your homework, or sleep, or you're simply assisting a parent who is present, while you're earning a whopping $3 per hour, you're being taken advantage of. If you're expected to ensure he eats, and gets off his phone, does homework, or in any other way act as the adult in the room, you need $15 per hour and no more than 4 hours at a time with this boy. Is he special needs or just addicted to his phone? How old is he? 16 hours you should be making at very minimum 160 or so. Fuck that job. That's not even worth leaving your house for. Go work at McDonald's op. You'll get minimum wage at least. Quit. The amount of disrespect to ever pay that to a 15-yo is insane and a huge red flag. You're being taken advantage of. Ask for $15 per hour if you must, but I'm sure there's a better job elsewhere. You're clearly being taken advantage of here. As a young person, it may not be so obvious, but you are. Express that you appreciate the time you've spent babysitting, but you've found something more lucrative, or something like that. No work is better than $3 an hour to work. I do not nanny for under $15 per hour. Period. Depending on the state, number of kids, number of responsibilities, difficulty of behavior, you can increase your price. I know you're 15 and it is tough to set boundaries and stand up for yourself, but I promise doing this now will be good for you. I've had multiple babysitters ask for less than the job is worth. I've taken the tact of letting them know that I'll be paying them more. Why? The going rate in the area. And I don't want someone willing to literally work for almost nothing watching my kiddo. And how they can ask for it, stick up for themselves in the future. I had adults teach me this when I was babysitting. And it's an important skill to develop. Stick up for yourself. If the parents aren't willing to pay more, I bet you can find someone who will pay a lot more and you'd be working less hours, netting you the same amount or more for far less effort. It doesn't matter that you're only 15. You should be making at least minimum wage. If I were you, before babysitting again, I would request just that. Minimum wage. $50 for 16 hours? Is this a family member? $50 would get us childcare for maybe a 3-hour date night, not including tip. Babysitters usually make a ton of money. You're definitely getting ripped off. I pay my neighbor $10 per hour to watch my kids when they're sleeping.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.